game does. I see. Yeah, it actually happened again. And you're wondering, what happened? Well, many things actually happened. Hmm. What in the world? How can I not find my lobby? Hmm. Hmm. Do, 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 do. Yeah, my game crashed. Is you guys wondering? Well. Hmm. Unless I can find it, then I feel it glitched again. Ay ay ay. Hmm. Oh my goodness, it was going so well. What the heck happened? Oh my god. Alright. Well, ay, ay. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I can actually just. Good thing it's actually the first thing on the list, cause why not? You guys wondering what happened? My game crashed. Um. Oh yeah. Keep in mind, not much. I accidentally forgot to actually pick this before end up pressing the X button. We're gonna continue on with seeing on what it was. Hmm. Before anything else, I need to actually mod the car a little bit so it actually does make sense. That's about it. Well, actually, just load it fully. Um. I don't know what I don't know what category it was before my game crashed, but yeah. You know what? For now, I haven't. What in the world? No, I'll choose for myself actually. You know, let's put categories Italian to the fact that literally, um, anyways, this is the second time that the actual game. Ay ay ay. Felicity, fix your game. Ay ay. So literally later in the evening, I'm actually gonna be streaming the Crew 2, so that way I can actually that way I'll know not know, but for the most part, I am going to be doing the agency update. I'm not, and of course, I'm not gonna buy the what's that called? I'm not gonna buy the what's that called? I'm not gonna buy the motor pass. The fact that it's legit 80,000 crew credits, which keep in mind something that I don't have. Uh, so here's that. Um, what in the world? Cheek. And they don't listen. My goodness. It's like, oh, oh, this is a car meet? No, this is a car show. There's a difference between a car show and a car meet. A car meet is where you actually stay in one car. A car show is legit multiple amount of cars are used. Just saying. Really? Uh, this is what I get for actually making too many car shows. There's one drifting. Okay, like seriously, how many people had done this before? Okay, it is one thing I can't. Okay, now I thought about it. I was about to talk about another racing cliche until I accidentally forgot to click on car settings before I click on the red X, and boom, my game ended up crashing for some reason. Uh, and oh my goodness. Okay, this do have a sprite livery. Interesting. And I spoke too soon. And it's one thing I hate doing, and I spoke is speaking too soon because the moment I put the message out, another person joined, then it's like facepalm. It's legit 500 face palms in a row, and it's like, what is going on here? Like, when did this happen? How did this happen? Okay, at least someone listened. Okay. Car's Italian, so I don't know. Is yours? Yeah, that's Italian. Uh, yeah, that's the no, okay, no need to write. When did we start back drifting on here? The last time I did drifting, it was really very chaotic due to the fact that legit everybody started using cars that normally using drifting, but uh yeah, for some reason, the reason why I stopped drifting in this game versus drifting in CarX is because at least with CarX, I know what I'm doing. And not to mention everybody knows what they're doing. It's legit a drifting spot or a drifting lobby. On the other hand, when it comes to this game, everybody just doesn't know what they want to do. So without any further ado, let's start now. Now, don't worry, I'm gonna be getting on to the second racing cliche. The first one was about motorcycles. Um, the second one is gonna be a little bit more interesting. All right, so right off the bat, we got Ford in a 458 Group 3 car, full on camo with black wheels along with some sponsors. Up next got um, season one, and I say season one for the reason is that's I'm saying it by the other half. He's in the Lamborghini Huracan, white with red wheels. Very odd combination, but it actually works. Up next, we got MCLA Fun in the P30P, the 330P4. I keep saying P330, 330P4, my mistake. Um, really classic car, but it's ridiculously expensive. Anyways, up next, we got Endin in a De Tomaso Pantera, and yes, it is Italian, even though it came with a 4V8, and yeah, that's basically about it. Um, his doesn't count. Up next, we got uh, Girelli in a all bronze. All it's not bad, but in my opinion, I prefer the Murcielago. This is but in a Ferrari F50, aka my generation's F40, and the reason why I say my generation's F40 is because, well, not my generation, but the what's that called? Um, for those that grew up in the 2000s, we 50. The ones that grew up in the 80s had the F40. So yeah, there's that. But the ones that grew up in the 2000 in 2010, they got the LaFerrari. So they're I don't know who's luck. Who I don't know who's more lucky. The 90s kids, the 80s kids, the 2000s kids, or the 2010 kids. Like that's beyond my questioning at best. Next, you got Men's in a Lancia Delta HF with the Sprite livery that's sponsored by Toyota Tires. Up next, you got Crazy Drifter in a very I'm not saying trying not saying it's a boring gray, but it's a gray nonetheless. It's a gray 4x8 Italia. Up next, you got Passat in a very crazy design. Wait, I think I reviewed this car before. Yeah, I reviewed this car before. Um, yeah, it's actually not that bad looking. Um, yeah, it's a Lamborghini Veneno. Only 5 of them were made. Uh, 2 of them are roadsters, and then there's the other 3 with and there's the other 3 that have like tops on them. Um, up next and last but not least, you got Gabby in a Polizia Lamborghini Huracan. Supposed to replace the Gallardo, which I wish was in GT Sport, but oh well. What in the world? Also, that R32 does not count. Seriously, guys? Really? Alright, here's all this. Well, one of them already left, so there's that. Just news more than likely. Okay, looks like he's leaving. Alright. So without any further ado, realize works. Usually stirs second first. Everything's opinionated. My goodness. Okay. So without further ado, I'm gonna give out places. If you get first, you have to judge. So there's that. Anyway, um, so third place, I gotta give that to the Polizia Lamborghini Huracan that was made by uh, Mr. Gabby. Mr. Gabby, finish in third place. Second place, I gotta give that to Avon and the Ferrari F50 because who in the world does not like a who in the world does not like a good F50, especially one in black? Like you can't go wrong with a black F50 unless it's red, which usually Ferraris always look good in red for some reason. Or that's kind of a stereotype on my part. And then NCLA, you get first. Due to the fact that, even though it's a race car, my wallet literally just screams, "You're screams, you're too much." It's just like, how much do you want it for? It's like, I don't know. Anyway, so today's racing cliche is trucks. Now, for those who do not know, why trucks of all racing game cliches? Well, there's three things about them. One, they're ridiculously heavy. Two, they're good off-roaders. And three, they're ridiculously fast. In terms of why people tend to actually add trucks and ATVs in racing games, because of the whole culture. Speaking of which, because there's a whole culture behind, um, yeah, there's like a whole culture behind these type of vehicles. So legit, like for example, you got your, you got your big wheel trucks, you got your off roaders, you got your not wait, does stands even count? Wait, no, not stands. You got your bags, you got your bag trucks, you got your uh, what's that called? You also have your um, uh, lower back, high front type of trucks, and heck, you even have people that legit drifts trucks. Like no joke. But yeah, a lot of people just do not like how like man trucks like I don't know why they bother adding trucks. It's just a waste of space. Most people forget that a lot of people actually drag race these types of trucks, especially if they're like their highest performance model type of trucks. So legit. Um, Here's a good example. The GMC Cyclone and the GMC Typhoon, and well, yeah, the the Typhoon and Cyclone are legit GMCs from the mid to late 1990s that had Buick motors attached to them. And essentially they are known by super trucks. And these super trucks are probably the ones that can actually ones that a lot of people will give them credit to what it's due. So like for example, let's say that let's say that you have a 90s Ferrari 348 and that person just bought it. All right. And not to mention you only have what? You have what? At least 2 to 3 days of driving it and then and he goes, "You know what? I'm going to pull onto the drag strip and let's see what this car can do." And guess what? He's against a truck. Not just any truck. A GMC? A work truck? Please. Well, the thing is, that's no ordinary truck. In fact, the Cyclone is one of the small trucks. Now, there are three different variants of trucks. There's the small trucks, which is kind of like the Datsun 620 or Nissan Sunny. Um, there's the Toyota Tacoma, and then there's the Chevrolet S10s slash GMC GMC Cyclones, and yeah, the GMC Cyclone. And not to mention, you hear something odd about that truck. It doesn't have a V8. It sounds like it has two cylinders less. And you're wondering what kind of motor is that? And then the moment you realize it's like okay, it's like okay, yeah. I think he's just trolling me. There's no way that thing is faster than my Ferrari. Please. And then the tree gets green, and and then you you thought you were winning. You pretty much thought you actually was going to win that race. Unfortunately, you see a blacked out GMC Cyclone just walking the park like sweeping, and you're just like, what the heck just happened? Like, how in the world did I end up get beaten by a how in the world did a Ferrari get beaten by a Cyclone? Well, essentially, the Cyclone has a big motor. Not to mention, it's also turboed. And not to mention I mentioned the same exact truck was used. Well, not was used. Um, things that I will get first. Oh, okay. All right. Myself. Wusters, spiders, usually spiders, convertibles. Anyway, works. This is if I can find it, that is. Hold on. Do 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 do. Hmm. There I go. All right. Uh, okay. Then again, what in the world? Okay, guys, not just limited to the Mazda Roadster. Like, for example, you can actually pick a BMW Z3. That will still count. Heck, you can even pick one of the Miatas, and you should be good. Like you're not just limited to one vehicle. You're see if you basically limit yourself to one vehicle, then it actually makes no sense. Um, so yeah, there are a lot of good trucks that are in racing game. Okay, he did that on purpose. Let's see. Anyway, and okay, what in the world is going on here? And since no one is actually coming out, yeah, just give me a moment, guys. The stream fixed. My game crashed. That's the reason why the reason what's that called? Yeah, reason why okay, so the reason why my stream got disconnected is because my game crashed. Body more works, yay. It's like, yeah. I kind of feel like no one is actually getting any, no one is actually bothering grabbing, um, heck, no one doesn't know what, actually, yeah, add that to the list. Like, no one doesn't know what a roaster is for some reason. First Japanese, first JDM, then American, because I don't know what's going on there. And, um, well, she knows the roaster, but the roof is up. It's fine. It's like, what in the world? It's like, yeah, it's fine, but no one's coming out. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's just let me change the entire. So yeah, because no one's actually was coming out. I'm like, you know what? This makes no sense. Let me just change this to BMW because. And by no one's coming out, I meant nobody was coming out like at all. Like all I saw was like two. I was like, you're not limited to. Ay, ay, what is cat or BMW? Ay, ay, ay. What? Who is in the F50? Not 50. Who's in the F40? Ay, ay, okay. Ay, ay. Ay, ay. Anyway, so next, so first off, we got Fort in a M6 sponsored by Kinder. Wait, isn't that that one? Isn't that that one tablet that actually that literally loads and no one uses? I mean, I know my sister uses it, but still, um, you don't count since that's Toyota. Next we got MCLA Fan and the faked out um, BMW quote unquote 328i four door. This is add to my quotations because, well, that kind of makes more sense than I anticipated. Um, Up next we got Jen and probably one of the. I was actually that's not bad. Most people didn't realize that that a lot of people wanted to put carbon fiber on the car so that way it can actually be ridiculously light. But that actually looks pretty good for what it is. On last but not least, there goes Avon, the stock M4. Alright, his eyes works. Thursday at first. Whoever gets first is picking the next category. So, without further ado, oh, okay, never mind. And then we got Karma and the E46. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get started. Um, Even though the M4 looks clean, oh crap, my mistake. Um, Anyways, you got third. Okay. Guys, can you at least chill for what, like a couple of minutes? Hey, and Celia and Karma get second. And then first place, I believe it's, yeah, it's Fort and probably one most interesting way of being sponsored by Kinder for some odd reason. And there are okay. What the? Okay, hold on. Where was Udaful the whole time? Like, no joke. I'm like, wait a minute. Where was he? Wow. He didn't even bother. Didn't even bother. Right, uh, he didn't even bother actually participating. Category is crazy livery. Oh, great. Do I have something like that? Hmm. Actually, that is a good. That's pretty much a good question. Do I even have any crazy liveries? If not, then I'm in trouble. Because literally, if I have, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Hmm. Hmm. Uh. Yeah, I think I probably have to sit this one out. This is my first time I ever had to sit out because I don't have a crazy, because I don't have something like that. Ay, 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 sitting out. Oh my, it's like crazy. Or my best livery is like, ay, ay. Wait, never mind. I'm good. Oh my god. Okay. In terms of my best livery, uh, I'm wondering what in the world is Yasura? Yasura is a car that I made in actually, it's actually one of the first cars that I actually have made that have been revolutionized from the PS2 all the way till today. So literally, this first time I ever actually never had this type of car, not type of car, this type of livery was Tokyo Stream Racer Drift 2. It was at that time when I got my first all-wheel drive car, which was well this, and I ended up almost beating the game being Tokyo Stream Messengers 2, um, except for the fact that the last part of the game is a full-on rally track. So literally, I have to pick an Evo instead of my Skyline, and then ended up beating the game, and then New Game Plus, I beat every single person in that game with the same Skyline, and being the last thing with the Evo, but I didn't realize that it was like legit more stuff I can actually do. And I'm like, okay, so what do we have here? It's like, oh, okay, so there's like a full on, there's a team of a Opel Speedster, an Evo 7, Evo 8, either or, wait, no, Evo 7, Evo 8, Evo 9, either or, and a 240Z, which is ridiculously fast, but I was able to easily catch up to it because, well, the car didn't have. I had to turn off ABS so that way I can actually launch quicker. But all I'm saying is the fact that literally this car has been revolutionized. For the PS3, I recreated this livery from Need to see Pro Street, needs to be on the cover, needs to be shift, And I think what else is there? Oh my goodness, I can't figure out what. Oh, and Midnight Club LA. I recreated the car in that game as well. And then in terms of PS4, Need for Speed 2015, Need for Speed Payback, Need for Speed Heat, Test Drive, not Test Drive. This game, and I believe the Crew 2, but I had to literally take the livery out because I actually want to go for like a cleaner look. So overall, this car has been all over the place. Ugh. So most likely, as I was saying, so in terms of why trucks have been in racing games recently, is because the rise of something known as street trucks. Now there are some good examples like a excuse me, like for example a Dodge Ram SRT10, which is a Dodge Viper with a Viper motor. Excuse me. Um, And I think the Crew 2 recently added the new Dodge TRX, which was at that, but unfortunately it was the concept truck instead of the uh, original model. But um, nonetheless, it's actually not that bad. But many people prefer to actually have for trucks to be like an off-road game, not like a street game. Oh, unfortunately, the fastest truck in, well, there are also some trucks in Forza Horizon, but nothing, nothing tops out the most overpowered car than a truck. Like here's the thing: the GMC Cyclone puts the Porsche from Need for Speed to shame. Like it's that overpowered, and by that I mean it's the most overpowered drag car in a racing game entirely. Um, And then you got drugs from Midnight Club, so like things such as yeah, I probably will count the SSR as a truck. The Silverado, the I don't think, yeah. Actually, SUVs do count as a truck, but yeah. So the funny thing is that I kind of single-handedly beaten all the truck slash SUV club in Midnight Clubs 3 using a GMC Yukon. Now, you wondering, why a GMC Yukon of all trucks? Well, this is this is the reason why. Because not only it was cheap to attain, but as a keep in mind this was 2000s money, so that truck was pretty expensive for what it was. Um, not only has a V8, but it has 4 gears. And not to mention, it's probably the funniest thing to actually do. What in the world? Okay, that is weird. What in the world is wrong with this person? Okay, ay, ay. I'm sorry, but I'm using that spotlight to ignore what that. So I'm using that spotlight just in case that it seems like if the message bar goes up again, it's like, yeah, no, this is. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this person? Ay, ay, ay. I'm the room host. I have to make another lobby. Um. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. This is. I'm like, wait a minute. Look at. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh heck no. Okay, we're good. Um. Okay, so third place goes to Jan, and what car was Jan in? I can't remember. Okay, he's probably either the old Camaro or the new Camaro ZL1. But yeah. But at the time, um, I see the thing is, Need for Speed didn't experience trucks all that much. I mean, then again, there's Need to Be Underground 2 was with the three trucks, basically the Cadillac Escalade, um, yeah, Cadillac Escalade, Hummer H1, the Lincoln Navigator. So it's legit Ford Motor Company, GM, and well, GM. What the heck is going on here? My goodness. And I believe his game crashed. Hey, everybody needs to chill out. Okay, categories group 4. Um, so, yeah, in terms of oh, okay, this probably is more interesting. But the thing is, Need for Speed Most Wanted, not all 5, I'm talking about 2012, which, keep in mind, is everyone's least favorite Need for Speed, was the first ever Need for Speed game to actually experience with trucks. Now, you're wondering, how many trucks are in that game? Unfortunately, it was only 3? Either 3 or 2 trucks. All I know is that one of them was the Ford Raptor, and then the other one was the H1 Alpha. Which, keep in mind, most people don't have every single one of them. But the only problem most people had with trucks is when it's like, okay, why is this truck in the game? Well, why is that truck in the game? It's because legit, the one that started it all was Midnight Club. To be more specific, Midnight Club Street Racing started this truck craze. You gonna join? Unfortunately, it's wait, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What in the world? What are you doing? Hey, hey. Actually, the reason you can't join because it's full. It's what the heck? Yeah, not reading that. Um, anyway, um, the one that started this truck craze was Midnight Club Street Racing. Yeah, the room is full. Um, as I was saying, uh, yeah, not the room is full. Midnight Club Street Racing started the truck craze because one of the racers was in a truck that was sponsored by Vilsai. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I think it was based off of a Chevy something. Either that or like a Datsun or Toyota small truck. But it was one of those type of vehicles that actually had it was one of the earlier vehicles that he actually raced against. Um, Same thing with Tokyo Extreme Racer. There was only one truck, and that truck is not a truck at all. In fact, if you guys do not know a okay, Do you guys know about a vehicle as a Scion XB? You know, the boxy car that was very customizable to the fact where like the aftermarket was going crazy over cars like those. Yeah. There was a wonder that actually uses this vehicle, and in order to actually get him to appear, you had to spend more or less than $10,000. Keep in mind, $10,000 sounds like a lot of money for early game stuff. So yeah. And then I don't think Monaco 2 has any trucks, but it was until Monaco 3 where they ended up having what's it called? Yeah, it was Monaco 3 that went crazy for the trucks. In fact, one of the many vehicles you could start with was a Hummer H1. Unfortunately for everybody else, that truck is expensive. And by expensive, I meant it cost, and I am not kidding when I say this, that truck legit cost 117 grand. And keep in mind, that truck was D class, and it's a truck. I mean, then again, there are some cars that are more expensive than that, but still, the truck is more expensive than the Lexus GS430 or even the Cadillac CTS V or Cadillac CTS. I don't know, but yeah, I'm like, okay, whose idea is to actually make the truck more expensive than Cat? NC3 had Silverado, Dodge Ram, SRT, and the Hummer H3T concept. That too. But there's also the Cadillac Escalade EXT, aka the literally the free truck that most people would have gotten if they kept it or sold it. I kept mine, but I went out of space. But I went out of space in my garage because of all the cars I keep winning. So yeah, it was probably the funniest thing to actually do. And oh my goodness, and the modifications. Oh, not again.